Hey, I'm Kanisha. Welcome to my channel. I'm here to talk about Sense8 Season 2, Episode 6. We get a new character who I'm calling Chips Ahoy. And so far, I really like Chips Ahoy. I think it's reasonable that he's distrustful. Like, I get that he didn't trust Riley's concert and he thought that it was a BPO trap. I'm really impressed with how long he's been able to stay out of BPO's way and stay out of BPO's clutches, I guess. I'm glad that Riley was able to get through to him and show him where they were so they could build trust. And I think he's a sweet guy, actually. And I think he has... I think once you get past the distrust of BPO and his suspicion on you, I think he's a very, caring kind of guy. So I like that about him. Chips Ahoy is connected to an archipelago of other Sense8s. And Riley asks about whispers. And Chips Ahoy is able to bring back, a connection to whispers who... looks like Kalobi. So it looks like Riley is going to visit Kalobi, but is it possible that Riley could talk to Nomi and they, I don't know, could get some answers out of him? Because Chips Ahoy told Nomi, told Riley. Well, I guess the thing is Riley hasn't seen him. I guess if Riley had, seen a picture of him, then Nomi could kind of jump in and maybe steer the conversation. But I'm kind of, I'm hoping that whenever Riley gets to Chicago, she could find him and Nomi can sense it and maybe feed questions to Riley for Kalobi to answer. I'm kind of expecting something like that to happen next episode, or maybe they don't get to it till episode 8. I don't know. But I'm hoping something like that's gonna happen. I am concerned that if Riley gets to Kalobi and asks very pointed questions about Sense8s and whispers and perhaps about the experimentation that they have been doing, I'm concerned that he's got some kind of, I don't know, BPO hotline or emergency line that he can contact them while Riley's there, and someone could come in and get her. I can't trust him now, and he's close with whispers, as we saw with the VHS tape. So yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a rough situation to go through. I'm absolutely fascinated with Angelica's memories that Nomi got to see, and I'm trying to figure out what is happening. I still don't know what the turning point was for her. I think she ran into okay, maybe she went to Chicago because BPO was doing some research. So she went to Chicago, joined Whispers in his experimentation, but then she must have discovered something or learned something from Whispers that concerned her. And we saw the memories of her. I think she was trying to convince her cluster kids to go with her and do be part of the research. So I'm guessing she was involved in the research, not as like a person to be studied, but as the researcher. And something must have happened with that changed her mind, and it looks like somehow Raul got involved. He looked like he wasn't there of his own volition. I feel like he got taken and got the neurograph that Metzger talked about. So I think he got the neurograph. I think Angelica, maybe that was the point where Angelica decided to turn her back on BPO and Whispers. I don't know. And then Angelica set fire to the cabin with all her research, using Raul. That really sucks that he got caught in the crossfires. And he ended up being, he really ended up being a sacrifice to Angelica trying to break away from BPO, I think. I still wonder what the neurograph is. It looks like what was on the VHS tape, with Whispers, I guess, taking over Todd's mind. And I think we saw the neurograph in Will seeing Angelica's memories in this season, where Whispers was, I don't know, in some kind of lab, and there were a bunch of dudes in suits around, and Whispers controlled some guy and cut someone's neck. Like, I think that's the neurograph. And then what happened with Todd was probably an early version of the neurograph. And Metzger's was saying, like, is the neurograph possible? Definitely it is. But I'm not sure what it does. Oh, also Niles must have had the same thing. And Nomi was about to get the same surgery. So I still don't get what it does. Is it just so Sense8s aren't a threat anymore? Because it feels like if this is a war between Sense8s and humans, it feels like humans, maybe instead of outright killing all the Sense8s, maybe they are trying to stop them from being able to reproduce, or being able to use their abilities to, like, bypass security and all that kind of stuff. Like, the Sense8s are a security risk in government organizations, executive, like, if one of them was an executive in a high-level security organization or something, like, that's a problem. So maybe the humans are trying to get around that by just doing the surgery. I wonder if Whispers was in charge of this. Like, instead of killing them, perform the surgery on them so they're not a threat anymore. It doesn't feel likely to me right now, but I guess it's possible. But yeah, I really thought Angelica's memories were very interesting, and I liked getting bits and pieces of what happened to her. It did look like she was very much enthusiastic about going to Chicago and doing research, and then she discovered something and burned all of her research. So I'm super interested in what else Angelica has to share. And I hope, like, Riley does go to Colovi. I wonder if Riley or Nomi go back to Colovi, could Angelica show up again and share some more information? that would be great for me. But yeah, I'd love to see that, and I want to see more of Angelica and what happened in her past with BPO. It was nice to see Z again, and I'm glad that she was able to meet up with Capheus and speak for herself about her past. So Z, confirmed queer black woman, awesome to see. I really wish the show could have shown some flashbacks of Z with the woman she loved back in college. I mean, it just would have done a lot for representation, and just like seeing her with another woman would have been great for me, and I think for a lot of other people. I mean, and it could have been really quick flashes, and maybe because Z isn't like a main character, maybe they decided not to do any of that. It could have been like how there was a scene, episode 9, season 1, I think, when Ursa and Riley are talking, and Ursa was talking about not wanting kids and not wanting to feel them die before her, and then the show flashed to Riley on the mountain. Like, that's the kind of thing I was talking about with Z and her girl from the past. Like, it could have just been that, some scene where they're, I don't know, on a date, holding, whatever. Could have been something. I don't know. I would have liked something like that to happen in the show. But maybe the main character thing is kind of what made that not make sense. Although, I mean, this is a super queer show. So, I don't know. But anyway, Z and Capheus are together now. And good for them. It's like, I don't, like, feel a whole lot for this couple. I just don't. But, okay, cool, they're together. That's fine. I don't hate it. I'm just not super into it, so. So, in a sense, like mother, like son, because it looks like Capheus' mom is also maybe in a relationship with Silas. I don't know what that's about. And then, meeting at home was funny and pretty awkward. But yeah, I don't know what to make of Mom and Silas. Cool, I guess. She should be happy too. Even if, even with Capheus, you know, having late nights or whatever. So yeah, Mom can have some fun too. I think I'm starting to like Kala less and less the more time she stays with Rajan. Because she's starting to drive me crazy. She practically, maybe that's not fair to her. She has sex with Wolfgang and then regrets it, and then when she's like watching him play soccer, I don't know what she was trying to ask him. Like, was she trying to ask him to stay away from her? And he gave her that line about pretending. You came to him? I don't, she's getting on my nerves. And I don't know why she's with Rajan. It's hard for me. It's really hard to watch, especially as someone that really likes Colin Wolfgang's relationship and chemistry. yeah, I'm just not happy about this at all. Can anyone explain to me why Kala is having such turmoil between staying with... Okay, I did just remember that Wolfgang told her to marry Rajan. Okay, he did say that. God, is that it? I don't understand. Yeah, Wolfgang told her to marry him, but she doesn't even like him. And she still likes Wolfgang after she witnessed him murder like a whole mansion full of people and security guards and his uncle. And does she know that he killed his father? I don't remember if like she was like... I don't remember if Kala knows that. But Wolfgang's killed a whole bunch of dudes, and even after all that, she's still into him. She still has sex with him. I don't get it. I don't get it, and I... The bottom line is Kala's gotta dump Rajan and get with Wolfgang. I think this might be the storyline that bothers me the most, probably because I'm not getting what I want, and probably because I don't understand why Kala's with Rajan. And I don't know why she ever entertained being engaged to him or marrying him when she met Wolfgang. Feels like around the same time that she started, I guess, accepting Rajan's advances at her with, like, I think he left flowers on her desk one time. I feel like all of that happened around the same time, so I don't get why Kala just continued this farce with Rajan. And it's really annoying. And on the opposite end of the emotional spectrum, there was Lito going to the parade. It was great to see him being welcomed at the airport for who he is. And it was great to hear his speech. The speech was beautiful and very well performed, and I love the shot of Lito, like with all the screens behind him. That was a really cool thing to do. I don't know how they set that up, but it looked great. It really evoked the fact that he was a Sense8 and he's like not himself. He's still all these other people too. So it gave shades of that, and I loved it. I loved everything about the parade. And Lito's speech was really emotional and moving, and I will admit that there was someone cutting the onions, you know, while I was watching that speech. But yeah, it was a great speech, and it was great to see him kind of work through his emotions, and then I feel like understand himself better and be freer for like not having to hide anymore. So that was all great. Loved all of that. I love that he got to pull Hernando to the front of the stage. It was all beautiful. What did you think about that scene, actually? I want to hear your thoughts. Did you love it like as was? Was there anything you would have liked to see, would have liked to have seen with that parade scene? Like, is there something that you felt was missing from it? Let me know in the comments. So I had my doubts about the E-Death, but I guess it's working perfectly, and Nomi's a free woman now. So she's out and about with her sister, and I feel really bad about, like, I have a bad feeling about what her sister said to her about making things about herself. That felt like a giant flag when her sister said that Nomi's gonna make the wedding about her, because that feels like some Sense8 stuff is gonna happen. Okay, I hope there's not like some kind of fight scene that happens, but just feel like there's a high probability that because Nomi and the rest of her cluster are investigating BPO, and I'm still not sure if they're like trying to shut down BPO, or if they're trying to expose BPO, or if they're just trying to eliminate whispers. Like, I'm not sure what they're going after, but perhaps because they're doing all this investigating, maybe if the show does show her sister's wedding, like, Nomi will be there and some Sense8 stuff is gonna pop off, and then it'll just, like, there's just gonna be an incident, I think. Kind of like at Kala's wedding. Like, Wolfgang showed up and messed up the wedding. So I feel like there's a good chance that if we do see her sister's wedding, that something will happen. So yeah, I hope, like, it would be really bad if, like, BPO or Whisper showed up to, like, capture her, and she had to, like, I don't know, run away while the wedding's going on. That would be, wow, that would be awful. But yeah, I felt the flag. I felt the flag waving. It just seemed like something's gonna happen at the wedding. It was really sad to see Sun have to say goodbye to her teacher and her doggy. But yeah, like, the detective was there. She can't be in one place for very long. And I'm really concerned about, like, where can she go now? Who can she turn to? I don't think the show really has mentioned any sort of friendships for Sun. I mean, she must have, like, maybe she does have some friends that weren't colleagues or, like, co-workers. I don't know what she can do. Could she try and leave Korea? But then again, like, still, where would she go? So I'm really sad for her that she's still in this situation. Like, is she just going to go after her brother instead of, like, trying to find a place to hide from the police? Maybe that's next. I don't know. Maybe going after her brother is gonna be the next step. You know, she could maybe contact the detective. I don't know if he can be trusted to not immediately try to arrest her, but I guess when he visited, he was convincing enough that maybe that's someone she could reach out to, or maybe her teacher could reach out, and maybe that wouldn't work. Maybe the teacher shouldn't call the detective. So maybe, I don't know, maybe Sun will try to find him, or maybe him being a detective, he can find her. I don't know. I kind of would like for them to work together. I think that would be cool to see them, I don't know, try to track down her brother. I don't know if the detective suspects her dad's death was suspicious. I don't know if he is like just going with that. So she's been in prison, and the only information she's gotten is from her brother. Her brother was like there in the prison as a visitor, so I'm thinking that maybe, okay, I was gonna say that maybe the brother showed up to the prison to visit and gave the bad news. I'm thinking he did that before the police found their dad's body. So he could have tried to go to Sun and give her that information. And just try to like throw her off of the timeline for these events. I don't actually know if the police think their dad was committed suicide, because we got that information from the brother, who's unreliable. So she escaped prison, so that's why the police are after her, but I don't think she has gotten any information about the cause of death for her father, like from the person that's not the murderer. So I wonder if that's gonna be a reveal somehow. The only thing that's kind of makes me think that's not gonna happen is the brother's not under investigation. He clearly did that interview, and Sun like punched the TV out. So I guess it was ruled a suicide, and I wonder if the detective that came by might be suspicious of it. Like, if the police knew that the father was going to go to the court and confess some information that, you know, is related to why his daughter is in prison, then like that should be suspicious. But I don't know what the police know. I don't know what the brother has said to the police. I don't know what the detective knows that came to the teacher's house. Like, there's not enough information really, and I'm just kind of throwing out ideas and theories. But I would like Sun to partner up with the detective somehow and bring her brother to justice. I mean, after she like kicks the shit out of him, and then bring him to justice. We see Leela again, and I'm wondering how much she's going to be involved in like future episodes and what role she's going to play. And I guess she assassinated that guy on behalf of Fuchs, whatever his name is, the guy that gave the bar to Felix. I think his name's Sebastian. I'll call him that. So I think she did that for him, and I think, like, I don't really have a read on her. I don't like her, but I also don't dislike her, really. I don't know, she's kind of, I don't know what to make of her. And the fact that she killed that guy, I just feel like it's on Sebastian's orders, or for his advantage. And I guess if Sebastian like does well, then she does well. Maybe that's it. I don't know, but like, I don't get her, and I don't know what she's up to. She's got some kind of deal with BPO, and that makes it seem unlikely that she's going to end up helping Riley, Will, or Nomi, or Wolfgang when they're doing their investigation. So I do wonder if she's gonna end up like helping them, or is she gonna end up being an antagonist because she wants BPO to stay the way it is because she's got that deal, and maybe she's not gonna want things to be shaken up in like BPO's like structure or anything like that. I doubt that she's just gonna be like a neutral party and like not do anything. I do feel like she's after something. So if Wolfgang and them end up on a different side than her, then I think she's gonna try and stop them. So I don't know what to make of her, and I don't think she's gonna be helpful. So maybe that's why I'm like, don't care for her. But yeah, I would be surprised if she ends up helping Wolfgang and our cluster in any way. You know, the thing that also confused me was she shot at him and it looked like there was actually a bullet hole in the place that he was showering. That confused me. Maybe that bullet hole was there before, but when I watched that, I did check back to see if there was a bullet hole in the wall, and there was. So that was weird. Like, the things that the Sense8s hold, I don't get how it works really when the Sense8s are in places and like holding things and using their powers, like Capheus with the teacup with Riley, with Whispers and holding up the like medication or foil or whatever in the first episode with Angelica. I just don't really understand how that works. So maybe she did shoot it. I can't wrap my mind around how that's possible. But let me know in the comments, what do you think of Leela? Do you like her? Do you not like her? Do you think she's trustworthy? Do you think her connection with Wolfgang means she's gonna be helpful in the future? Or do you think she's kind of a snake and only, after stuff that she's only looking out for ways to help herself? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments, and that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time for episode 7. I hope you enjoyed this video. As thanks for watching, I want to give you this wallpaper art I made. I think we could all use more queer art in our lives. Just click the link in the description to get it now.